When everything goes wrong on the pitch, what's the most powerful thing you can say? It's not a
No.
tactical speech. It's just, I gotcha. And welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at some really fascinating research on like locker room language. And our mission for you today is to basically put on our sports psychologist and corporate trainer hats.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we want to figure out how these tiny verbal cues actually prevent panic and how you can use this exact psychology in your own career.
Right. And I think the best place to start is looking at these isolated stadium microphone recordings. This is from the knockout stages of the 2026 World Cup.
Oh, the knockout stage is super high stress.
Extremely high stress. You're listening to moments of sheer crisis, so a player gets a red card or they're heading into a sudden death penalty shootout. And what's interesting is the American and Canadian teams, they didn't huddle up to map out complex tactical adjustments.
It didn't.
No, not at all. They just yelled short, high-frequency phrases like, I got you, or, I'm down.
See, that actually seems, I don't know, incredibly counterproductive.
Yeah.
Like you train your entire life for a deeply tactical game, right?
Right.
So if my teammate just made a massive error and, say, left a huge gap in the defense, I'd want to yell, shift left and cover the flank.
Yeah.
Why default to generic slang instead of, immediately fixing the problem?
Well, because operating in a true high-stakes environment fundamentally alters how the human brain processes information.
Right.
When a crisis hits, your cognitive load just maxes out. The prefrontal cortex, the logical, tactical part of the brain, is suddenly overwhelmed by the amygdala sounding the alarm.
Oh, so it's literally just survival mode.
Exactly. If you yell a complex instruction at a panicked player, their brain literally cannot process it fast enough.
So the tactical advice is just useless noise in that specific moment.
It's worse than noise, actually. It's added cognitive weight. What they need first is to reestablish an unspoken bond.
An unspoken bond.
Yeah. Those 3 syllables, I gotcha, act as immediate verbal armor. It signals, if you mess up, I will run double the distance to cover you, and I'll protect you from the critics.
But wait, how does that actually work mechanically? I mean, I get that panic makes people freeze up on the field, obviously.
Sure.
But how do 3 simple words physically override that freeze response?
Well, let's look at the chemistry of the brain's threat response. When someone makes a catastrophic mistake in front of millions of people, the brain perceives that impending social rejection as a literal physical threat.
Oh, wow. Like an actual physical danger.
Exactly. It dumps cortisol into the system. And that spike in stress hormones causes muscles to tense up and breathing to shorten, which is, that physical freeze.
Right, the fight or flight thing.
Yeah. But hearing immediate reflexive solidarity from a teammate acts as a potent social cue. It triggers a microburst of oxytocin.
The bonding hormone. So wait, you're saying the oxytocin basically acts as a chemical counteragent to those stress hormones?
That's the underlying mechanism, yes. It physically works to alleviate pressure. It literally drops the heart rate and interrupts the amygdala's threat cycle.
That is wild.
And in a fraction of a second, it completely transforms the interpersonal dynamic of that team.
The interpersonal dynamic just shifts completely.
Totally. The environment shifts from a place of fear and potential blame into this, collective shield. You stop worrying about being the scapegoat, and you can actually access your prefrontal cortex again to refocus on the task.
Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense for you to apply in a corporate setting too, right?
Absolutely.
Like if the metaphorical office is burning down, say a massive server crashes, or a major client pulls out.
Yeah, a total disaster.
My instinct might be to play the resident genius and immediately start diagnosing the system failure out loud. But this research is saying that's the wrong first move.
Yeah, the genius can fix the complex problem 2 minutes later. But the person who looks their panicked colleague in the eye and just says, we've got this, they stop the neurological bleeding in the moment. The data consistently shows that teams that master this high-frequency reassurance recover from crises significantly faster.
Faster than teams that immediately jump into analysis.
Or the ones that start pointing fingers, yeah.
That's such a powerful tool to keep in your back pocket. So, the next time things go completely off the rails for you at work, don't worry about delivering a grand tactical speech right away.
No, skip the speech.
Yeah, just offer that quick, simple shield of verbal solidarity first and watch how it keeps your team's performance intact.
Which leaves a really interesting puzzle to solve on your own.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if this rapid verbal armor is so critical for in-person survival when things go sideways, what is the everyday equivalent of I got you in our increasingly isolated digital communications?